It's spinning. It's on! It says you are live! Everybody, welcome to the inaugural Tuesday Tea Time with Feisty and Tracy. Who's excited? It's gonna take him a minute to get on, but that's okay.
It is. I gotta. I,
We're here to talk tea. I got some tea. I'm a cup. I got chai tea because it's spicy. This tea's spicy.
is that what you see? And I didn't even make any tea because I'm just. I don't know.
It's the first broadcast.
It will, and I will. I'm gonna. I have my feisty cup, of course, and I need to make tea in my feisty cup.
And it can be iced tea. It can be hot tea. This tea that we're gonna spill, hot tea. In fact, I was thinking today when I was upstairs that your rap name could just be Feist Tea, like iced tea. I don't know.
That's an excellent idea.
I'm like, if you ever decide to take up rap amongst your many other hobbies, yeah.
Feist tea.
Feist tea. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so can you see comments? Because I don't see comments, but we'll figure this out as we go along. It's our very first one, so.
Oh, hold on, let me see. Comments. Oops. Comments. Let's see if that works.
We'll see. Comments. Maybe nobody has any comments.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna look on your
learn more
page too to see what's going on here. Oh, there's comments for sure. Hi guys.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you guys, I gotta copy this link real quick and share it to my page, and I will be ready to go.
You know what? I'll watch the comments on my phone. That's what I'll do.
Me too. Me too. Phone. We're just gonna have to.
We don't want anybody to miss out on the juicy tea.
We're gonna be better at this.
You guys are our first one, and we're trying. Like
later.
Welcome to the shite show.
Y'all asked for it. Y'all asked for it.
You did say the only thing better than hearing us talk individually was to hear us talk together. So you got it, baby.
Y'all asked for it. Y'all asked for it.
There it is. I see people coming through now. There it is. Jamie said, oh, hell yes. Michelle said she's got pumpkin spice. Hello,
Michelle. Oh, shoot. It linked it, but it didn't.
There's Dakota and Kathleen. Hello. There's Cherie Clark from New Zealand. What's up? And Kristen Newman. What's up? Caroline said share for tea. Oh, okay. There's Will Thompson. What's up? Hello, Donna.
The way that it shared it, it just shared the link because I'm lame.
Broadcast your friends only and not public.
Oh, see, I broke it.
Yeah, you did break it. I was confused as to why no one was getting on, and then I saw friends only.
I didn't make it friends only.
Yeah, Facebook probably did. But yeah.
Facebook. So we need to shut this down because that's not going to work.
Go and edit it.
What, Caroline?
I'm going to see if I can go in and edit it.
She's going to try to edit it. I don't know. It's our first time, guys. We're doing our best. Maybe we should make our first time friends only so that nobody comes and tries to dive bomb us.
This is true, but and it's not showing. It's not showing up on my page very well. So I gotta. This is what we'll do. This is going to be the trial run, and we'll just keep it on yours, and then
you want to shut it down. Oh no! Look, the comments all popped up on the screen now. Wow, this is fancy. This is fancy. I don't know, you guys. It's super fancy. Sean and Sheldon, fix it, Caroline.
Look at Will. Shut it down. We need drama.
Thank you, Caroline. Caroline fixed it, y'all.
Okay, so can I make Caroline an admin on my Facebook page so she can get it onto my page? Because it's not coming.
Caroline,
yeah, hold on.
Listen to me. I'm yelling through the house like she's not on here. Watch it. I'm screaming through my house because that was a Mama June move. Sorry.
See, there you go. There you go. Living up to your name.
Listen, I'm just trying to hit all the high spots. What's up, Miss Stacy? Hello, Miss Michelle and Maria. There's Michelle and
Lindsay. Tell Caroline I'm making her an admin on my page.
Oh, Lord. You know what you're doing now. Look what you're doing now.
I know, right?
I'm so excited.
It just shared the link, and it didn't add. So tell her, oh, wait, admin. Shoot. Let me
It's all
change
good.
that.
Y'all, we're just as our inaugural stream on this. We got a new platform called StreamYard, so we can live stream on everything. Will says it's not shareable or public. Well, you know what? What's up, Miss Kathy? We'll fix it for the next time. Miss Lori, what's up? Really, if you're friends with us, that's who ought to be hanging anyway. What's up, Christy? Hello, it's Lucinda. Hello, everybody.
So is only friends in here? Because I need to tell you that my dog has mad gas right here, and it is just not. It is just
His
not.
bulldog puppies are deadly. Tank and
They
Toby can clear a
they are.
room.
They are for sure.
Somebody told me she cooks her dog's entire diet of food so that they don't have such digestive tract issues, and I'm like, ain't nobody here got time for that.
You know what? You better pick it up, mommy. You better pick it up, dog mommy, because you are slacking. Slacking in the dog mommy.
I might be. They're awful cute, but there's 2 of them. I don't think I have that much time in my life. I think maybe Caroline should do it. I don't know. To talk to her about that.
So I just make
Michelle said she's glad it's not scratch and sniff.
I be glad.
You are. Yes, you are.
Be so glad, because it is nasty.
Ugh.
Oh, and then my dog looked at me sideways like I had nerve, like right there.
Pardon me, madam.
Like, who are you calling nasty? Like, are you serious? God,
okay,
I
y'all.
didn't even ask you to come in here.
Y'all asked for this. You got it.
Right.
We have decided to come together, and instead of just discussing it amongst ourselves, discuss with every y'all thing that's going on.
So this is going to be a new series. Hi, guys. This is going to be a new series. It's going to be Tuesday tea time. And
we're going to do
we might actually be able to nail down a time. You guys know that if you guys know who I am, you might not know who I am because you're on Tracy's page, but I suck at getting on an actual time schedule.
I don't know. I think impromptu tea might be the best tea. Like, tea time's more of a range. I mean, it's more of like a 3 to 5 o'clock thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no time for tea. Every time's a good time.
I have a feeling that somebody's going to pull that meme of me when I'm like, I suck. And they're just going to put a whole bunch of like, I suck dick, or I suck
eggplant, popsicles.
I suck pasta. That's going to be the next meme, right?
Mm-hmm. Mark Ferrer's here for the tea. Yes! You want to be on an episode, Will Thompson? This is the cool part about it. We can have up to 8 guests. So when people want to come and hang with us and spill tea, you can bring your teapot and we'll cozy up, because that's why we did it like this, so we could have friends on. Everybody can just sit around and discuss the tea.
And you do know that you will be subjected. You will be subjected to memes such as tea bags. You know, I mean, all
what? Bring it. I got teenagers. I've seen everything. What's up, Annabelle, JC, and Stacy, and everybody's on. Hello. Will Thompson said, I'm very curious about. Oh, Stacy said to Will Thompson, she's very curious about his story. So we'll have to get Will lined up. Mark loves a good tea bag. I love you, Mark Ferreira. I love you. Anyway, so today's episode, we're like, let's just go. We talked about it last time. We're like, let's just do it. Tomorrow's Tuesday. Let's just do it.
Yes.
Furby made a cute little video about us today. That's right, Caroline, didn't he? And he mostly cried. Boo, hiss, and hoo. I wish I could find it. I don't know if Caroline sent it to me, but it was mostly him crying that he's going to shut everybody who comes on his page and criticizes him down. He's going to block them. He's going to kick them off his team page, and he might even report them to compliance. And I'm thinking, fool, nobody that's on there telling you that you stink is still a paparazzi consultant, so good luck.
No, wait a minute. Okay. Excuse me? He's going to report them to compliance?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Did he not threaten me in a public forum that he knows where I live?
Oh, but this is the best. He said, you all came for me after I clapped back slightly after 10 months of incessant harassment.
Are you?
I wasn't sure he was talking about, because I can tell you right now, I blocked that tall stink of water, like, I don't know how long ago,
No, wait a minute. No, now see,
but it wasn't him.
I didn't watch it. And so now you're telling me the tea on his, I don't know.
It was more of a wine. I wanted
Thank
to
you.
offer him a cheese platter.
Thank you. So, like, I've seen this big circle of life with paparazzi consultants, and this cracks me up. Number one, let's talk about how all this crap started. He went live to talk crap about me because I came after his precious downline, Erin Bywater Pro, after she said you can't be successful outside of paparazzi. Look at Geraldine Souza; she's broke.
Okay, but the funniest thing to me is, like, is her last name Pro? And is it short for what?
Programmed.
Professional?
Pro-
Programmed? Like a robot? Is she a probot?
I don't
She's a
know.
robot. So anybody with the word pro after their name, we're just gonna say probot.
Right.
So he got his man panties in a twist.
Okay, but let's fill him in on the series of events here
Oh
of
yeah,
bull
please.
crap that
Great,
is
yes.
spewing from his mouth because now they have no other avenue except for to play a victim, right? The playing of the victim card blows my mind.
It's
Blows
so
my
sad.
mind. I did not mention anybody's name in paparazzi until it came out of their mouth. And they decided to use me as an example of why you shouldn't leave paparazzi because there's no way you could possibly be successful. We all know by receipts. Wait, hold up. I'm okay. It's our very first show and I'm fired up.
You guys, I could even post y'all's comments that you're fun. Weird
That's
vibes.
awesome.
Makes my skin crawl too, girl.
By receipts, how successful I've been since I've left paparazzi because I am able to express myself and be true to myself rather than a programmed papa bot.
You mean a probot?
A probot.
Right.
Now, let me tell you, when you want to go try to scare people in staying with paparazzi with your brainwashed bullshit, you better be careful in saying my name in that training because I'm going to clap back and I'm going to clap back hard. I didn't clap at you first, you numbnut, you teabagger. I did not. So I came after your
nuts
precious
are numb because
Erin,
his panties are constantly twisted.
right?
It's
I
just
came after your precious
yeah.
Erin Bywater Pro because I clapped back and she boo-hooed and cried about it, took down her video, and what did she do? Play the victim. Okay. Then
and what did he do today?
Right?
Took down his video and played the victim. Do you think they have a seminar on that? Did we miss a training?
I still did not go after fur bag furry face until he did a live show and wanted to emphasize how I am broke and how I have the nerve to clap back at poor innocent Erin Bywater Pro. That's how all this started. Now, after it, as he's tried everything, okay? He's tried harassing me. He's tried publicly threatening me about knowing where I live. He has literally called a minor names. He stooped to the level of I'm Princess Fiona, which is actually a compliment, but that pissed him off that I took it as a compliment, right? So everything he's tried, it's blown up in his face. So of course we're going to tell everybody about it. So now we got people coming after him, calling him a scumbag because he has defined that in himself. We have not lied about what his actions have been. So since none of it has worked for him, he now decides to play the victim. You know who else is good at this? Erica Cole. You know who else is good at this? Michelle Johnny. And we got strange screenshots. Erica Cole's the biggest bully out there.
Oh, but Michelle Johnny's like, I've never had to block people, but now they're personally attacking me because they're unhappy with the company. No, we're openly mocking your blatant brainwashing bullshit where you said we're all going to put sidewalk chalk down to celebrate how happy and everybody is, but didn't say a word about all the consultants that passed away from contracting COVID at the paparazzi celebrate convention.
Right.
So no one's attacking her personally for being just so chipper and being mad at the company. We're attacking her for being a hypocrite who pretends that toxic positivity is the solution to a company ignoring people's death.
Correct.
It's gross.
It's gross. It's gross. So then, and all this Aaron Bywater Pro bullcrap started even before convention. And then I was kind of silent for a little bit, right? You know, because no one clapped at me, so I didn't have to clap back anymore. So then
I just appreciate that you do this every time.
So then look at Jerry is so abusive. She claps. Does that mean she's gonna come slap me? So to celebrate happened, and people died because they're money hungry and they don't care about their consultants. You know what I find is hilarious is that I have so much to talk about, and we should stay at a time frame because I could do this for a week.
Listen, we're gonna have tea time every Tuesday, so you pick today's tea time topic and spill it. I'm just
okay.
Sip, hooray.
Okay, so I don't even know like what to stick with because there's so many topics. I want to talk about the hypocrisy with the religion on how they try to bring people in because
that's a good topic for today because
would you like to? I would love to.
Put a whiny video up today that she said people have been contacting me because they're worried about me because I am the subject of some drama. But my God is a good God, and I just, know, my God is great. It's fine. Don't worry about me because I'm not worried about me. Okay, so because we mentioned in our tea time video on Sunday night that our upline was well aware that we had more than one consultant signed up for a paparazzi consultant ID in our home. That I was coming for her and she was the center of so much drama. No, that's just a fact and part of our story. So the fact that you need to pray to God about the fact that somebody just told the truth means that you have been afraid of the truth coming out for quite a long time. And if you think that is drama, you have that confused with facts. But their God's a good God. So they're calling on their God to fix it. Patricia Shevlin did a giant video where she told everybody, just stop worrying about the people that died of COVID. It was their time. They were called home. Okay. I'm not sure that they would have agreed or that their families agree. And I'm not bashing religion. I am, however, absolutely disgusted by people who hoard money, bringing Christianity in as the basis for why they are successful, when anybody who reads a Bible knows that Jesus wasn't all that fond of people who hoarded money. Let's leave unto Caesar what is Caesar's. That would be money, people. So all of these people who are blessed, quote unquote, blessed by God, there's many blessings they may have in their life. But paparazzi accessories and hoarding money off of the backs of people who are making you wealthy without any effort on your own part, that's not actually the tenet of Christianity that I was taught in my 12 years of school, Catholic school. I even went to Catholic college. My undergraduate degree is from Thomas More College, which is now Thomas More University, a Catholic school. I went to Catholic college.
Poor girl.
I know, but listen, those uniforms saved me a lot of stress in high school. That's all I'm saying. I tried to figure out anything to wear.
Lord.
I went to an all-girls school, too, so that was not stressful at all. Tough to find a prom date. Just saying.
Okay,
but
so
let's
hate first of all.
Thing. I hate that part.
First of all, I am okay with anybody's religion, just as long as it is not harmful, okay, to other people, right? Meaning, like,
look what Aretha just posted. That's what I was going for. A rich man is more likely to enter the kingdom than a camel through the eye of a needle. That's right. But tell us all about your blessings, your blessings and wealth. Thank you, Aretha. Exactly what I was trying to point out. You're awesome.
And this is going to be a super touchy subject on people, for people, and I'm okay with it. And my opinion is my opinion. Look, your opinion is your opinion, but I'm going to say something that is so freaking obvious that I don't understand how. First of all, I'm going to talk about the new Z recipient this year, which is Tommy.
Not Jesus gave it to me, Tommy.
Tommy, right? She literally preys on people and praise, not praise. I mean, like praise, right?
You mean Preys?
Correct.
Not A-E.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Like she's a predator.
Yeah, exactly. And she does these Bible studies to bring people into her group. And if you guys are ex-consultants of Tommy, or you have been in this group, you very well know, because a lot of you have come to me and said, look, this is what's going on. And a specific example of this was an Easter Sunday. This was Easter Sunday. And they had to make a quota. So she's telling everybody that they need to open up their pocketbooks, because Jesus can't possibly bless them with a successful company if they don't go buy more. Now, these are the same people who are out there putting godly quotes all over the place about how the Lord's going to bless you and hallelujah, and I've been delivered from my sins, and I'm this and I'm that. I mean, it literally does not get more disgusting than this. And this is one example, because now hers is the most blatant, vile example that I have ever heard yet to date in paparazzi. And anybody who's watching this, if you have stories or facts or screenshots, bring it on. Right? She is the most vile, disgusting human being I bet. She literally prayed for her Z piece. She had people praying in groups so she could win the Z piece. So then she says, this is a blessing and God brought me the Z piece. Then we go to celebrate, and her teammates, who are her brothers and sisters in paparazzi, die. And she says, I don't know what all the drama is. God chooses when people die. She can't pray for that, but she could pray for her. Do you guys see the hypocrisy at its finest here?
So I think my biggest struggle is not that people have different faith, that people believe that if you truly believe the religion that you practice, that it is okay to accumulate wealth, that is truly a blessing from your your sky daddy, that's cool. But what I think is gross is that they put that information out there trying to drag people who are lonely and vulnerable in by saying that, oh yes, I have the same faith as you, so join me in business so that we can all have a godly business together.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is probably one of the most disgusting ways to trick a person into turning their business over to your control, that short of physically threatening them and their families,
Correct.
like mafia, this cult of religion is just another way to truly prey on vulnerable people who are either lonely or have been brought up in a religion that is so fire and brimstone that they truly believe that somebody calling a curse down could have an effect on them. They're superstitious in that way, or that their form of religion is earthly blessings come to those who are good, and bad people can't possibly be wealthy. So everybody who's wealthy must be a godly person and I should follow them. The problem with a pyramid-shaped business like multi-level marketing and paparazzi is there's only so much room at the pinnacle at the top, and all the other people below them are who are sending in that money to raise them up. And at the bottom, the only way for those people at the bottom to get wealthy is for them to add more people below them to then send their wealth upward. But you reach a point where there's no one left, and there's always going to be a huge number of people at the bottom that can't accumulate wealth. There's nobody to keep lifting them up. They're at the bottom.
Agreed. And it's become, I see it has become quite the popular thing in paparazzi. It was always popular, but now it's a huge deal with them doing on Facebook Bible studies together and group Bible studies. And it's very predatory. And like you said, for me, there's a lot of bull crap going on about getting people to join this disgusting cult. But when you want to throw in religion, and there's still so many ex-consultants and or consultants who say, but it's a Christian company, Jerry. No, it's not. The founders are not Christian, people. The founders are not Christian. So the very company they say, but this is a wholesome Christian company. They know, Tommy knows for a fact those founders aren't Christian. So she's blatantly lying to you to swoon you in to this belief that you're going to be this big Christian family and grow together with honesty. Yeah. And then boom, she attacks with this deceit of opening up your pocketbook and buying more so God can bless you like God blessed her with her Z piece.
And really another disturbing thing is most churches are led by someone who is educated in faith in a very regimented, lengthy way, so that if they are going to be a teacher and a leader of a religious group of people, that they have some background in either, religious studies or, philosophy. There's so many ways that people who are leaders of legitimate religions get to a pinnacle of leadership. Since when did showing up and buying a paparazzi kit make you an evangelical preacher? When did that happen? When did your kit come with in one of those instant fish tags that said you're clergy? I didn't realize that when I signed up with a kit that I was actually entering a clergy. I didn't know I was getting a habit. I mean, do I need a cassock? Like, are they gonna get their Pope hats out next at the next convention?
Put that on though, because I swear your crown looks like a Pope hat. I said that on your live too. There you go. There you go. But see, that should be Tommy. That should be Tommy's, right? Because she thinks that she's Queen Paparazzi Pope. Like, for real. For real.
My crown is crooked. I don't know what happened. Because my head ain't swollen enough to keep it straight.
Girl. Send that straight up to Tommy, the Pope herself, the paparazzi Pope herself, right there. I just literally, that has got to be the most vile. When somebody came to me and told me this, that was probably the most vile thing I've heard so far in paparazzi. But it is a huge trend, because as soon as somebody claps back and we have valid receipts, not made up receipts, not made up bullshit that they're trying to feed you, real receipts, right? When all that's squashed, at the end of the day, what do? They play the victim and start posting God posts. God has my back because I'm a narcissist. God has my back because I've been led to lead all of you. God has, this is my favorite from Erica Cole, right? Literally, I should have it ready so I can show you the screenshots, because you can't make this up. Everybody, I need everybody to pray for me as I go to bed humble, and that tomorrow I have enough energy to get up and just beat the shit out of the people who hate me. No, it wasn't that bad. That wasn't verbatim, but literally they posted.
No, she needed to pray that God kept her humble, because people were trying her. She said, "Try Jesus, not Eve."
There you go. That's
try Jesus.
You're right. That is.
Is there a sample of Jesus that I can perhaps can I get a trial run with your Jesus? Because apparently he's handing out money. I mean, I'll take some cash. If you got ATM Jesus, I'm here for it.
Do you remember the post that she said?
I'll try Jesus. I'd like a 14-day trial of ATM Jesus.
Do you remember the post where she said, this is classic. She said, "Don't worry about people who hate you because they just hate Jesus." But she's referring to herself.
If we hate her, we hate Jesus. I guess that means she is Jesus.
So literally,
yes. Was she actually putting herself and the Lord Savior of all Christians on the same level? Okay.
This is not made up.
And then I'm all for self-confidence. Like, I'm all for a healthy sense of self-worth. But wow, I mean, we got the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, and E. So that triangle is now a cube? What is it, a square now? It's not
a square now.
It's a quadrilateral.
I can't make a square with my hand, but it's not with E, it's E. coli. It's E. coli, really.
Oh, I think we're not allowed to say the letter E. I'm sorry. The cease and desist letter said we're no longer allowed to use the capital letter E. Oh, I used it again. Ooh.
Can we go
for lightning to strike? Because I mean, why does she have to sue us if we can try Jesus? Aren't we going to be smited?
Should we go through all the names we are not allowed to use because she has claimed that she has sole property ownership of these names?
Iconic, the letter E, the Papa Boss. I've never even heard that one. Was there anything else? Did I forget one? I feel like I forgot.
You forgot. There was a way longer list than that. The number one consultant.
Oh, number one consultant.
The top consultant.
The top consultant. Yes, yes.
And of course, Erica Cole.
Well, I don't want to use her name. It doesn't even, like, it has no value to me. She was not my upline. I don't have a story to tell that involves her other than her screaming that her posts that she posted on social media were misinterpreted when we stated that you weren't wearing a mask at convention, but all her posts from convention had her very rarely wearing a mask. And I know she had a face shield on in one, and she may have had a face covering on in something else. But most of the pictures that she had posted, she was not. But that was us using her name. And we were lying and slandering. I'm like, lying and slandering, honey, it's your photo from your social media page. But okay. Anyway,
I will say that E. coli started clapping back because in my Erin Bywater Pro clap back video, I did call her out.
I love that you do that every time.
I did call her out several times because she's just easy. Like, first of all, when I was a consultant in paparazzi, probably the person I found the most vile was Erica Cole. And I'm going to tell you why. She legit puts racial slurs, bad racial slurs, to include, we have receipts of her posting. It was somebody in her group posted white crackers scaling the Capitol building. Okay.
Oh, and interesting.
Correct. I have receipts of this, by the way. Okay. White crackers scaling the Capitol building. And she posted it. They were actually trying to bully a white consultant that was on the page at the time. And all of their comments, oh, yes. So I'm just saying, this is like, I got the receipts, right? So all of their comments were raged at this person trying to, the intimidation thing, right? And then they're like, well, if this wasn't white people, then what would have happened, kind of a thing. And Erica Cole, of course, chimes in because it's on her page, and she is then just bashing white people. Okay, I'm sorry, two wrongs don't make a right, number one. Okay, I get their anger. I do. However, that doesn't belong on a professional page at all.
I guess my biggest question here is, when we have all been chastised as consultants, chastised for behaviors or how we conduct ourselves in the arena of, I mean, we got canceled for not what they consider to be not being respectful to a ship's captain on the passport vacation, right? We got suspended for that. When I say we, I mean myself, Caroline and I, because we were at a paparazzi sponsored event. So if you have paparazzi on your personal page, paparazzi's very territorial about your personal profile. They say if you put your paparazzi business on your personal profile, other than just to say you're a consultant at the top, you have anything about paparazzi in your profile, basically they own your profile because you're representing them. So tell me how you get to make those kind of bullying, nasty, horrible remarks, but paparazzi corporate doesn't say anything about it. Because honestly, the behavior of those people at the Capitol was terrifying. People were murdered there too. Let's point out that that was a terrible event in American history, horrifying event in American history. There are lots of things that we could all say about it, but there were white supremacists present and flying flags. Of course there were. So would people of color be very offended by that? Sure they would.
Right.
But I don't understand how attacking a paparazzi consultant who disagreed with it, I like your parents, would not be against policies and procedures attacking another papa sister. Now, you want to hear a funny story since you just did that?
Well, but I will tell you, but real quick, because I gotta focus on this. The thing is she deletes it and then she's okay. When other people delete it, they still hold them responsible because there's proven screenshots, and there's been plenty of people that have been canceled for that, even though they delete it. Such as when Erica Cole threatened your daughter. Right?
Oh, she said, keep your name out of I'll sue your ass. I'll
Correct.
sue your ass. My goons wear suits with the punching emoji. She put the punching emoji next to her name. That's a threat.
That's a threat to a minor. But because she deleted it and she's iconic Papa Boss.
It's not deleted. It's still on that post. I screenshotted it to make sure it's still there.
So you tell me, and we know it's been turned into compliance, why is she still a consultant? And you don't tell me that there's not favoritism in paparazzi?
I think you forgot about her connection to Jesus.
That's right. That's right.
You forgot.
That's right. So, and this is so. Go ahead. Tell your funny story off topic. I'm so sorry.
I saw that you have ripped jeans on today, right? So I'm wearing a pair of jeans that are very similar, have a lot of rips in them. I'm walking through the grocery store this afternoon, picking up stuff for dinner, and my son goes, "Hey, Mom, you got a rip in the back of your pants." So the thing from my thigh started traveling up, and apparently half of the new moon was out at Kroger today. Just the bottom left cheek through the strings. But he's like, "Mom." I'm like, "What behind me? What behind me?"
Okay, now see.
Because we got a little heated, so I thought I'd tell a joke about myself today so that we could laugh about the fact that
had you have been 22 years old, that'd have been hot.
Well, I'm 50 and it's not that hot. In fact, if I was 21 years old, that cheek would have been much higher up and would not have actually been exposed by the current rip situation. It would have just been an upper thigh. But as it stands, old saggy ass, it's kind of slid through the cracks. It's kind of... Anyway.
So had it been 3 decades earlier, that half crescent moon would not have shown up.
No, it would not have been a new moon. It would have been a full blood. It would have been a full blood. There would have been nothing to see there. Nothing to see. Move along. Would have been nothing to see there.
Got it. That
maybe some thigh gap. I remember thigh gap.
That's horrifying. That's horrifying.
I remember thigh gap.
You know what? I used to have a really, even up to about 6 months ago, I had a great thigh gap, but I'm plumpy. You know that meme that whoever made of me, because he's still hiding, although we have text to even prove that it's him.
I did enjoy the KFC reference because I do like me some fried chicken, but
I don't.
Spaghetti was funny, but I didn't understand the lard because no one just scoops lard. It's to cook things in. Like,
but
if you're gonna make a meme, don't make yourself look stupid.
I don't eat lard. So I said, like, the pizza with the pasta nailed it. Like, so I've had too much pizza and too much pasta, so I don't have a thigh gap anymore, unfortunately. I have to put on really tight exercise pants in order for that thigh gap to exist. So
I don't really see what the point of a thigh gap is, because
it's not
like, I'm like,
it's good. You don't have to start a fire with your thighs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to be mubbing that and starting fires while you're...
I'm not trying to light a candle with my...
No. Thigh gaps are good, man.
I just thought to myself today, here I am, walking around all day in these pants in this house, and not a single person told me till 3:30 in the afternoon when I take the mail to the post office and to go to Kroger to pick up the stuff for Caroline wanted chicken nachos. We had to get some things. I had to get like I made homemade guac and stuff. So I'm there getting it, and he's like, Mom, like, nothing happened to these pants. They are in the same state they were when I put them on this morning. Like, nobody told me. I mean, granted, nobody should be staring at my saggy ass, but I'm just saying, nobody told me till I got to the Kroger. I'm like, well, I hope everybody enjoyed the free show.
Well,
maybe you're all sick now. I don't know. I don't have a tattoo. It's not like you could distinguish what was going on.
I disagree. If I'm walking through the grocery store, I'm just saying my ass may be big, but people still better be staring at it. That's just me.
I stopped short just to make sure. Look at that. Look at that. Look at this. Look at it. Yeah, anyway.
I'm gonna be 65 saying, look at that ass.
Look at that ass. I just want my ass to make that noise. Like, you know,
the clap. I can't do the clap.
I want my ass
clap
to clap back.
Oh, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make an ass meme. Clap back. Clap back.
Oh my God, that's perfect. Somebody who's really good with graphic design can do that. Caroline Reed.
Caroline.
Just saying.
Caroline.
I did not, in any way, shape, or form, invoke the name of Taylor Kirby. He brought himself back into our lives by running his mouth.
100%.
And now that he's sitting on his Facebook group page, actually, I don't even know. Somebody screen recorded it and said it. I don't know where he went live. And claiming that people are mean to him and he's going to protect his peace and he's going to remove them from his page and from his group and from his paparazzi team if necessary. I really thought that was really hilarious because I thought to myself, who do you think cares? Like, who do you honestly think is watching you that's going to say, oh my God, of course I'll never criticize you again, oh great and powerful man, so that I can remain within your shining light of, what is it, of light, love, and hope?
Oh, that was great, right? This is what we're going to do on future tea times. I will actually pick a topic and I will show you receipts because we have the video where he was calling names, being very, very vile, threatening, saying that he knows where I live multiple times. It goes on. And I just think it's very ironic, hypocrisy at its best, right?
It is.
When none of it works. We are not crying yet. And
it's
now
like
it's
at school who's the bully. Pulls your hair, pulls your hair, pulls your hair, pulls your hair, pulls your hair. And then you turn around and fucking lay them out. And they go cry to the teacher.
Correct. You nailed it. You nailed it. You nailed it. But come on, if anybody knew me in paparazzi, you see, then here's the thing is what they'll do is they'll lie about anything they can to keep people in paparazzi. And a lot of people left paparazzi when I was canceled because they were like, that's crazy, right? That's just crazy. And I appreciate that. And I never asked anybody to leave paparazzi in my behalf of what happened. And it took me a very long time to even truly talk about what happened. But they will continue to lie about whatever it is that they have to do to keep you in paparazzi so you don't leave paparazzi. Exactly. So to believe, because they don't want their pocketbook to get smaller. And guess what? Their pocketbook is getting smaller because, see, I was feisty in paparazzi and I was somewhat controlled by paparazzi. It's very hard to control me. I'm a feisty wild child. Like
I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
I was, and so
does anybody try to cattle prod? Just like, no, just kidding.
Right. I just seriously, and Karma Chameleon. So through all of this, Karma Chameleon came out of the woodwork, which was obviously Erica Cole, because you could tell by the typing and the verbiage and the bruh, right? You can't hide behind a fake profile and still say bruh all the time. Like you. Okay, let's not.
I don't know if that is I don't know if that's like what is that? What is bruh?
It's a thing. It's a thing. She
Okay.
said that I'm being culturally racial because I'm making fun of her saying bruh. No, it has nothing to do
I'm
that
actually not
with.
making fun of it so much as I'm just confused by how a girl is a
I'm
bruh.
making fun of it because how does a grown woman making millions of dollars say bruh all the time? I don't see, to me, I don't understand that. So yes, I'm making fun of it. You can take the high road, but I'll stay low.
Let's like that video. Today, choose violence. When they go low, take it to the flow.
I'll clap harder.
Your mama didn't raise no punk ass bitch, did she? I didn't think so.
Seriously, like, come on, guys. So she releases the video of me 2 years ago when I called out Rami Grimm and Hunter, and at the time Andrew, because that was Hunter's significant other. And I'll tell you a story. I'll tell you the tea time between me and Andrew. We'll get Andrew on here.
When Andrew's on, let him be here for
yes.
it. Yes.
And Andrew and I will tell our story together.
He's going to have to sip hot tea because they've all been feeling not so well. So he's got to get some chamomile.
He does, because we got to do tea time with Andrew. But, and then we'll really dish some tea on Hunter. But, I lost my train of thought. Squirrel. Okay, no, I got this. So I had lost it. I was done. I was done with the Rami Grimm bullshit, the Hunter bullshit. I was done. And I went live in my team page and I literally vocally told everybody she's out. I'm tired of the crap. I'm tired of the lies. I'm tired of the backstabbing. You're out. And I did my feisty. Well, Karma Chameleon posts this post everywhere and she thinks that I'm just going to freak out. And I'm like, dude, I've been looking for that video because that's me at my best. And you've just proven that I was the same person when I started paparazzi as I am now. I'm going to call people out on their bullshit. Period.
I don't know
who I am.
I don't know how they expect to constantly put these ridiculous statements up on social media, which never forgets, and not be called out on it. It's like, pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. It's so Wizard of Oz. Like, it's so unbelievable to me, but they have convinced themselves that when they post it, it's magical, and then it magically goes away and can't touch them anymore. It's like a 2-year-old who plays peekaboo with you, and they're going to hide, right?
Correct.
You can't see me, so I can't see you. I can't see you. You can't
Correct.
see me. I'm not here. I'm invisible. That's what they think. That it's like having a toddler play peekaboo with you. Like, all of a sudden, I'm not here. You're not here. No one knows where I am. Are you kidding me? I would laugh about it if it wasn't so painful, and if the subject matter of their ridiculous cover-up was not so personally offensive to me. And
Correct.
I really left most things alone. No one heard from Caroline and I except on our business page. We've been gone from paparazzi for 20 months. We were canceled in February of 2020, not February 2021, 2020, last year.
So I was canceled 1 year after you.
So we've been gone a long time.
Wow.
When we came back on to talk about anything to do with paparazzi, it was the week right after their convention when our friend Leah Fleischman had let me know how badly she'd been treated as a person with MS, having her walker removed by paparazzi's hired event management staff. So that is the only reason we even came out again, because I'm like, this is the second time you guys know about what happened on the boat with the man in the wheelchair. Now they have a consistent pattern of horrible behavior. That is what I came out to talk about. I didn't come out to talk about any of these stupid people who wanted to draw, themselves up and talk about my kid. And I didn't even come to talk about you. Oh my God. So we posted a post that said, unfortunately, there have been some deaths associated with this event, this super spreader COVID event. All these people have COVID. People are dying. Does anybody know the names of these victims? Do their families need help? People should know so that they can help their friends, their family members. If they've got, I offered legal advice trying to help people settle estates. I tried to reach out to people, but you know what? They don't know me either. And I thought, if we just get the word out, maybe people who do know them will be able to reach them and let them know that there are people willing to help them and that we're really sorry for their losses. And there has been a big movement reaching out to those people, which is amazing. But now they're attacking there's no reason. We're gone. I don't care what you think about me or why I left Paparazzi Accessories, or all the things I achieved while I was there mean nothing when you're gone, because they're literally paparazzi specific. It didn't change my life. It didn't change my personality. It changed some spots on my bookshelf because I had to move over for some crowns I could have goddamn well bought myself, but that's beside the point. I didn't come on to talk about humans. I came on to talk about a company and how they treated their people poorly.
Correct.
And then the people,
Correct.
not the company,
Correct.
came after me. Same
Correct.
with you.
Correct. I never name dropped once when I was telling about paparazzi. I don't want to sound like a child. They started it, but literally they're the ones who were using me as an example, telling their teams on how you shouldn't leave. Oh, and if you just don't break the rules, you'll be okay, which is
Which rules?
bullshit.
The secret rules that they change all the time, the magical rules that are written in invisible ink that start out with one thing, but the next day, when you go to that ask a compliance question, the answer is completely different. Would that be the unspoken rules, the secret elite rules that only the elite know about? I mean, which rules would those
But
possibly
here's
be?
the thing. I was elite and I didn't know about the secret rules. They literally, when I followed everything in compliance, everything, and I got to pull up the emails and we'll do a whole tea time on my emails.
Jesus doesn't love you.
This is true. This is true. I understand. Their Jesus doesn't love me.
Their Jesus.
Lord.
Their own personal Jesus.
Thank you.
Dino
Their
Jesus.
personal Jesus does not love me. And they've made that very clear that they know for a fact who Jesus loves and who Jesus does not love.
I mean, I didn't know Jesus had a list, or that Jesus had like a conference call with people and let them know.
He's like Santa Claus.
Who wasn't? I didn't know. Is there like a Jesus podcast we're unaware of?
Their Jesus is like Santa Claus. And then their Jesus checks in with them on who's naughty or who's nice or who's feisty.
So
seriously.
Just call him Jesus Claus.
Jesus Claus. Well, that's what paparazzi wants to be called, right? Even that's their Jesus.
Yeah. Does anybody besides me in their head hear that song? Your own personal Jesus. Like, okay, I'm an 80s kid. I understand.
I know this song. I love it.
Someone it's just your friend, someone who cares. Anyway,
the religious hypocrisy in paparazzi has always made me violently ill. It is gross. Yeah. I will. Here's an example that happened to me. I don't know if my followers are on here, but if they are, they would remember this. I was telling a story about my personal experience with my Jesus, which is different than their Jesus. I can guarantee it. Okay, I'm just saying. Okay. And if you don't want to claim that your Jesus is my Jesus, I'm good with that too. 100%. Okay. So my experience with my Jesus was how I got my house in Redlands and how I will always thank him. And this video reached Tommy, who is the Pope of paparazzi, and she chose to come to my live show after the broadcast and comment on there about how I am misquoting her Bible and how I should just stick to what I know, which is selling paparazzi, and stay away from religion because that's what she knows better.
Oh my God, she's paparazzi. She's paparazzi.
She's paparazzi. And you don't think I didn't clap back at that bitch? Are you kidding me? She literally came onto my live broadcast to comment about how my testimony with my religious beliefs are inaccurate and how her Bible says different. This is the narcissistic, disgusting, vile belief. She literally believes.
I'm wondering, was her Bible like written in crayon by her? I mean, like her Bible? Like, I've heard of the St. James Bible. I've heard of like the King James version. There's like, I have never heard of the Book of Tommy, much less the Tommy Bible.
At the time, I was dating somebody who was actually, he was very active in the church, and he was next to me, and he saw how heated I got, and he goes, he's like, Mr. Do you think that should take place on social media? She brought it. She brought it on social media. I'm going to finish it on social media. And I said, and I want you to
So
read it.
I'm just gonna ask, is he currently your ex-boyfriend?
Yeah, he's an ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
But that's a shocker because according to Taylor Kirby, with his last little text messaging, which will show you those receipts, that I am vile because I can't keep a husband or a boyfriend. No, I'm selective, boo-boo.
I'm
Hairy
like,
face.
keep
I'm selective.
a husband or a boyfriend. This from the man whose wife left him for someone else. Left him for someone else. Like left him for someone else.
Number one, I've never been left because of somebody else. Number two, it's usually me doing the ass kicking out the house.
I'm a big enough asshole that if I get left, it's just for me. Just saying.
Okay, so he read everything that Pope Tommy put, and he's like, what Bible is she reading? I said, exactly. So this is going to finish on social media. I'm done. How dare her think that she can step into my live show, and I don't give two shits about this woman, and I didn't knock on her door to ask her to come look at. You know what she said? I had my concerned viewers saw your video, and it was very contradicting. To who? To what? I kid you not. Kid you not. Kid
Oh,
you
I'm
not.
sorry. You're confused. Paparazzi live sales are not supposed to be religious experiences. I mean, I know some of the jewelry's super cute and all, but I didn't think anybody was being saved. I was unaware. I was unaware that it was a religious experience, that we were all baptized in the pink Kool-Aid. Everybody dunk your head and say, praise Trent.
We were all saved when they bestowed the Tommy Z because it was preyed upon so hard.
So now it's a religious relic? I mean, should she be selling these relics then? Isn't that kind of against the religion? Shouldn't she be giving them to the worthy? Should there be some kind of screening process before they get mailed out? Like, is there some kind of a prayer card? Do we have to fill out an application?
Now
Or can we just order it from the back office and get it eventually?
My next statement is not verified. So if I ever say something that's not verified, I'll let you guys know. My next statement is not verified. However,
oh my God,
I had
Nancy
heard.
House Bryant. She said Jesus Claus gave it to her. He knows if you were.
Okay, but this is not verified, but I will say that it has been told to me on several occasions that Tommy will pray over the Z piece before she sends it to the people who are buying it from her.
Okay, well, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with setting a lovely, positive intention for any person on this earth. I don't care what your religion is, making a goodwill gesture towards someone and wishing them for health, hope, prosperity, whatever. There's nothing wrong with that. But believing you actually have the power yourself to bestow blessings upon people, that's a little disturbing. But that's a paparazzi cult level hun right there.
Again, that's not been verified because I have not purchased the Tommy from Tommy. So I haven't heard Tommy say that I will pray over the Z piece before sending it to you. But several people have told me that she tells people that they will pray over the piece before she sends it to them.
I was laughing because Diane Wiesma says, but does it come with holy water? Well, no, because that's the five S's. You can't shower or have water near it or it's going to explode. Maybe they can't have it because it melts like the good witch when you throw water on it, the bad witch.
So what Tracy's trying to say is when you receive paparazzi jewelry, you know that there's many S words you cannot do or else your jewelry will completely fall apart.
Sleep, swim. I don't know the fourth one.
So it was, say it again. It was
sleep, shower, sweat, swim, swear. You can't shave. I mean,
you can't swear when your piece falls apart. That's sacrilegious.
Yeah, and you can't shave. You're not allowed to. I mean, apparently you've got to give up shaving.
Wait, yeah, apparently we got furry people putting hair clips in their fur beards.
Oh, the fur beards. Oh, and sex and spray. Oh, it's spray. Somebody said spray.
You can't swim, you can't shower, you can't sweat,
you can't shit, shower. You can't shit, shower, shave, swim, or swear. That's the 5.
I'm gonna pee my pants. I swear. So now we cannot include a holy water with the Tommy Z because it goes against the holy trinity of what you can't do with paparazzi jewelry. So those two, no.
It's not a trinity anymore. It's a quadrilateral.
True. I forgot.
Me.
It was now squared. What is it? Oh, remember when E. coli said that because they came after Aaron Bywater Pro that they were now going to be the E squareds? So that's what it is.
E equaled MC squared. That's like MC Hammer. Can't touch this.
But you know she's going to take that too. You now cannot use EMC squared because
I would like her to come against both Einstein and MC Hammer. I'd like to see that show. I'd like her to send MC Hammer a cease and desist. I've decided that E equals MC squared, and you can't touch this. No. Every time you see me, my jewelry's just so hype. I'm dope on the floor, and I'm magic on the mic. Why would I ever stop selling this? When people send in money, I just can't miss.
Oh my God. You called me feisty. You're good.
Feisty, that's right. I gotta come up with a rapper name now.
You need a rapper name. Clearly, I am not worthy. I'm gonna come up with raps while I'm sleeping now. I'm gonna be like, oh no, I got you now. I got it. I got this rap. Oh my goodness. I'm so white. I can't even. I love rap. I love reggae. I'm just saying. Oh, you know that. So let's talk about all the many things I've been called, according to E. coli and all the other paparazzi elite consultants. The obvious, I'm a liar and I'm bitter. And I'm way white. I'm way too white. I am racial.
They called you too white?
I'm racial. I'm racial. I'm just jealous. I'm still have not figured out what I'm jealous over. I don't know. I'm a hypocrite. I'm fat because we can't forget that. I had the fat memes, right? So I'm too fat. Oh, I'm lazy. The newest one from Taylor Kirby is that I'm lazy, which is the probably of all of those, besides being racial, is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Did he actually print a retraction from the thing that said you were beast mode? He could never outwork you. My best friend, girlfriend, tonsil hockey partner, extraordinaire, my boo, you. I wish I had that. I wish I could find that.
And let me tell you how much time Taylor Kirby and I have ever, I could probably calculate it in my head, how much time we've spent in close proximity to one another for him to proclaim all these things about me. We shared a plane ride to one of the EMP destinations, and that plane ride was probably an hour and a half, maybe. And we sat next to each other. Where's Tommy? I need some prayers. We sat next to each other.
Did you have a Vulcan mind meld at 20,000 feet?
You know what? He dished a lot of tea. I'll tell you that. He spent the entire plane ride telling me about the beginning of paparazzi and how he was shunned by Misty and all the things that Misty and his brother did and how Misty Kirby can't stand him and all of the legalities and the lawyers and the people who left and tried, but paparazzi sued the shit out of them. I mean, he dished it all. So I wonder what Taylor Kirby is worried about. I wonder if Taylor Kirby is worried that I would remember that entire conversation on the plane. But then again, I'm just a liar. Who am I? I'm just a liar. That's the longest time I've ever spent face to face with that man ever. So for those of you who think that he and I had a relationship, that is far from the truth. Number one. Number two,
he wishes. Number three.
I just don't know. He's very upset that I can't keep boyfriends. He's obviously very upset that he wouldn't be one. I don't know.
Well, first of all, we're women of a certain age, over the age of 21. I don't want a boyfriend. And neither do you want a boyfriend.
I have a boyfriend right now. I make you happy. I'll do your nail. We be boyfriend. You need a boyfriend. I have a boyfriend right now.
I'm saying the fact. So here's all the things that I have gathered over the last couple days with this absolute whining shitstorm that the great bearded one.
Can we call it the hurricane? Hurricane what? Hurricane Papa Puke? Hurricane. You're gonna. You know what?
Hurricane.
We already know Caroline's on those graphics right now.
We got the Pope.
Caroline's on those graphics right now.
But I'm saying Hurricane Furby. That's it. Hurricane Furby.
Mm-hmm.
Is that he cannot dispute any of the factual information that we have shared.
Correct.
So he attacks both our physical appearance,
mm-hmm.
our moral standing,
mm-hmm.
our ability to cogitate. Apparently, we're all idiots. We're dumb. We're liars. We don't have any ethics.
Right.
Lazy. Attacks, our physical appearance, our work ethic, our morality. But what he has never, ever been able to dispute is that any of the stories that we have told were not true. None of these elite consultants who have come at us personally over our appearance, our history with the company, our
the money, the finances
with them, whether or not we're financially successful, could dispute the fact that Paparazzi had a super spreader convention, did not enforce CDC guidelines,
right.
Did not mirror CDC guidelines at either the ownership, management, or paid personnel level, and that people are dead, seriously ill, and forever changed by attending an event that 100% could have been done virtually.
Correct.
So let us not forget that the whole reason we started this information sharing campaign was to point out that this company has not said a single word to or about the individuals who've passed away, their families, or any consultants who were affected by this event that they held in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Correct.
All of these personal attacks are an attempt to distract everyone who was questioning whether or not that was the wrong choice by attacking the deliverers of that information.
Correct.
So,
1000%. Because they need to try to decredit us, right? Because they were too busy trying to cover up the deaths. And let's talk about the top 10 excuses of these consultants, namely the elite consultants, but you see a whole lot of people who are completely in debt and still not making any money whatsoever, defending the company, right? The top 10 excuses of why what Paparazzi did was okay. Number one, we're all adults.
Not everybody there was an adult. Not everybody there was adult. I saw multiple pictures of people there with children who had no choice. And whether or not you agree with the vaccine, it is 100% fact that no child under the age of 12 is permitted to have a vaccine, which means all those children were vulnerable, including the number one consultant in Paparazzi Accessories, Mandy Heinz.
Oh, did you hear that, E. coli? E. coli, the number one, not you, boo-boo, not you, Mandy Heinz.
Vulnerable children were there. They were not all adults, so poor choices were made. Okay, number one, we're all adults.
Okay, but let me also retort on that. We're all adults. However, as an adult, then you also, not only did you put in writing that you understood what the CDC guidelines were at the time, as an adult, paparazzi founders, you chose to blatantly violate those. So yeah, all
Sent out
adults
a memo that said CDC guidelines will be filed. The city of Las Vegas, Nevada has a
Followed.
mask mandate in place.
Correct.
Then hundreds, if not thousands, of photographs and minutes and hours of video of Trent and Misty Kirby, Shawnee and Ryan Reeves, owner-founders of that company, without masks at their event.
Correct.
Masks were required indoors everywhere in Las Vegas at the time. But they were excluded. How were they excluded? They were
Correct.
not excluded. They made the choice. They're adults who made a choice, which means they're responsible for the outcome of their choices.
Correct. Number 2, nobody forced us to go.
No, nobody was forced to go except for financial pressure. Tickets were sold months in advance, non-refundable, non-transferable. And we all know, whether they will admit it or not, that uplines, especially people with large elite group, want as many attendees as possible to come to convention for the opportunity to market their success. The larger the picture of the group is, the more successful that upline appears to be for social media network marketing. They've got YouTube videos and dances and TikToks with choreography and matching t-shirts. So of course you were pressured to go, because if you're serious about your business. Oh, and let's not forget the poker chips that were handed out that say you're all in. You got a poker chip that says you're all in, and if you don't have that poker chip, you must not be dedicated to your paparazzi accessories business.
I didn't know about this. Are you kidding me?
Oh no, I got a copy. Let me see if I can pull up the little poker chip. Let me see if I can pull that.
So can I ask you this? When they were given that chip, did they know that they were gambling their lives on going? Did they know that they were that chip was actually a gamble with their life? Are you kidding me right now? That's the most disgusting thing I've ever heard.
One life, one chance, no regrets. All in 2021. I think I gotta turn the glare down. Hold on, let me see if I can get it up.
Hold on a second. I can't. Hold on a second. I'm about ready to throw up. Literally, can you read that again? One life, one chance, no regrets.
All in 2021. So I guess my question is, if you only have one life, paparazzi accessories, was it okay for you to waste the lives of the individuals whose lives are over now? They only had one life. You wasted it.
Not just their lives. What about all the people that were impacted by those lives that are lost?
And that's the thing that I think was most disturbing. And the reason that I spoke out initially to talk about it as a super spreader event was, no one is talking about the fact that they had positive cases. They took it home and spread it. If you were at convention, you should go get tested so you don't unintentionally spread COVID to everyone you know. But we're alarmists and liars. Part of E. coli cease and desist letter said that I should cease and desist telling everyone that she had COVID and spread it to other people who died. I didn't say that at any point. I said, if you were at convention, you were exposed to people who have come out and said, I tested positive for COVID-19. I was at paparazzi convention, Celebrate 2021, symptomatic. I attended events. I am extremely ill. That means anyone who came in contact with those people automatically exposed to COVID. Go get tested.
Correct.
Just have the information at hand. No judgment here. My point wasn't that you they should not have had an event because they knew what to expect at a convention. It's what happens at every convention. Pictures, very close contact, socialization.
But don't you love the narcissism that was directed just to her, because she is the top consultant?
But it doesn't, her claims don't hold any water. She wants it to be about her so much. It has nothing
Correct.
to do. It is so much bigger than just her. I'm sorry to prick her ego.
Correct.
Our information was about trying to stop folks from having spread disease to people who won't live. Just go get tested. My whole intention in posting that was, first of all, do these families need help? And secondly, are you aware that you were exposed to COVID-19? Go and get tested.
So
there were stories of the woman that posted and said her 10-month-old grandson was in the hospital with COVID because his stepmom had gone to convention and brought it home to him. There were husbands and wives dead, children left orphans, elderly parents who consultants brought it home to, their elderly parents passed away. And these are people, whether you believe in a vaccine or not,
correct,
had lived that long through the pandemic only to get sick at month 24 and then die. I know it hasn't been 24 months since COVID came to the United States, but I'm saying they'd survived this long. They
right,
got it somewhere. It was there.
And if you guys don't want receipts, we have plenty of people lined up who do the testimonies of how their uplines made them feel because they weren't going to go, how they literally belittled them and chastised them and said that they were setting a bad example to the rest of the team and they just needed to shut up.
You're fear-mongering. You're causing other people to be uncomfortable, bringing up your concerns that a large event might be a COVID problem. What?
And these people will be coming on this show and talking about their experiences. And let me tell you, there's going to be a whole lot of elites and there's going to be a whole lot of uplines calling all these people liars. We're all liars. We're all liars because the Danielle Bakers, why can't I think of eyebrows? What's her name?
Eyebrows?
Valero. Jill Valero, who is the biggest scum out there right now. Jill Valero, who looks like Taylor Kirby in female form. I shouldn't be saying that. I'm sorry. I
don't even know her, but that's.
She is now out. She is now, let's bring them down. We need to shut them up. They're just liars. They're blah, blah, blah. They're all going to say that all these people.
I've never met you in my life. Why should I value your opinion of me now? Once again, you cannot dispute the facts that we are stating. Correct. This information is factual. It is not our opinion. Whether you love us, hate us, want to murder us, rip our guts out, or love our guts.
Peace out.
This is untrue. The sky is up and people got COVID at Paparazzi's convention.
So can I say the next thing? So here's the next thing. We've covered 3 so far, right?
Yes.
Okay. Here's the next one. What's the big deal about it? Because there were so many people there, but so far, and now this is X amount, because every time somebody dies, it's only 7 people have died, only 10 people have died, only 12 people have died. So the number is pretty mild compared to how many people were there. What's the big deal? Not 1, not 2, multiple people saying things like this that are consultants in paparazzi.
So the good Christian people don't value a human life.
Correct.
Not
correct. The same people who are praying to their God.
1 death was too many. 1 illness was too many. It could have all been avoided. They live streamed their convention last year. Why couldn't they do it this year? Because I believe vanity and the need for money, the greed.
Correct.
Even ticket sales alone were over $5 million.
We know why.
Plus all the jewelry that was sold.
Correct. And did you have access to the convention jewelry if you weren't at convention?
No, ma'am.
Did you have access to be a Z recipient if you did not go there to receive your preyed upon Z piece?
All of those people can tell you that, you know what, we could have gotten our awards, we could have gotten our prizes, we could have gotten this, we could have gotten that. I'll tell you the one thing that Geraldine and I know very well from our personal experience. You cannot be a Z recipient if you do not show up in person if a convention is held. I realize last year's Z recipients were awarded their necklaces virtually. But if a convention is held, you must be present because you must be pranced across the stage.
Now, I had heard, okay, yes, you have to be a circus monkey. I had heard, and this is not, I have not validated it, I don't know, that they were willing to have somebody else stand in for them if they could not make it this year. But this is what I find ironic, Tracy.
Were they?
This is what I heard, but I haven't validated it yet. So I'm not like, a lot of people come to me and say, Jerry, I know you're going to tell the truth about paparazzi. Do elites get first pick on pieces? Now, my answer to that is no, because I never got first pick on pieces.
I
I'm
was never
hearing
an
others,
elite, so I can
right.
tell you I never got it. Yeah.
So I'm hearing other stories that some elites do have that. Now, that was not my experience. So I'm going to tell the truth on my experience, and no elites got that I knew of got special picks, or they were able to get
like
pieces
early access. Like they didn't get early access to things.
So exactly. So I'm telling you, I don't know for a fact if they made these people show up to get their Z pieces or not this year. I can tell you for a fact in past years that if you do not show up and walk the stage like a circus monkey, you do not get your Z piece.
Oh, not just walk the stage. If you're not present for practice, if
Correct.
you're not there for the rehearsal,
Correct.
You're eliminated.
So that way you can get told by Misty Kirby that your walk sucks, your smile sucks, and your
shoots are dumb, and
you're sub worthy to walk the stage and get your Z piece that is probably going to fall apart while you're walking the stage. The other thing though that I want to say is I find it ironic that this year there was no refunds, which is different than any other year, and there was no transfer of tickets.
That's the shocking thing. You could always transfer a ticket because there's always people that buy a ticket and life happens and you can't go, right?
Correct.
As far as I know, they have never not been transferable.
And this was a fact because on my rant video, based on the whole paparazzi celebrate COVID disaster, which is memorialized by Savannah Marie. Thank you for Savannah Marie. You did such a great job on that because
that
Facebook
was awesome.
deleted the damn video, and it had reached like 60,000 people, I think, and then it got deleted, but she got great highlights of that video. So I thank her for that. And she was just so amazing. And by the way, Savannah Marie, I've been a fan of yours ever since your first paparazzi bashing video.
Fangirl.
Okay. Yes, I'm fangirling right now. I do. I love Savannah Marie. I loved her 2 years ago. And the people who actually know me knew that I loved Savannah Marie's video because I would tell my close papa people, this shit's funny. Okay. Now they're going to say, see, Jerry didn't deserve to be a paparazzi because she wasn't drinking the Kool-Aid. But we all know that that's a fact already. I refuse to drink the damn Kool-Aid. Second thing is they've never done that in the history of paparazzi, said absolutely no refunds. And I had proof of it, which I'm sure it's still up, but we have screenshots of it on their questions and answers.
Their FAQ. Yeah, we got that. Right.
Correct. And it literally said, if I am COVID positive, can I get a refund on my ticket? What was their answer?
No, absolutely no refunds.
No. So I find it hard to believe that this year they actually let people substitute the presence of the Z recipient by letting somebody else. But if that was a fact, that's fine. But that was not our experience in the past.
And I guess all of this, there are many reasons why paparazzi may or may not be liable for the behavior at this event. Okay. I'm not talking about legal liability, ethical liability, moral liability, any of those things. When I tell you that there's opinions on both sides, very strong opinions, that's fine. None of that negates the fact that people contracted COVID. The information was not shared so that COVID could be, the spread of that COVID could be slowed as much as possible.
Correct.
People can seek treatment.
Correct.
And their families who lost loved ones should be acknowledged. This entire process of scrubbing the consultants who passed away from their website, their replicated IDs being removed immediately, is ridiculous. So people are like, well, maybe, I've been asked the question multiple times, well, maybe they just do that because they have to do it by law. And I'm telling you right now, the policies and procedures state that those are inheritable. You can have estate planning where those can be moved on from one family member to the next. They don't have to be canceled. They can actually be inherited and the business doesn't have to go away.
So
it
let
is
me tell
not
you,
immediately
I've
done.
heard
The people
this
are
ridiculous
scrubbed.
excuse too. The ridiculous excuse of, well, they have to do it for Social Security purposes, so that way when they have audits, they don't show as consultants.
There
Are
is
you
no
fucking stupid?
Social
How
Security
stupid?
purpose to that.
How stupid? How
A
stupid? How
replicated
brainwashed are you?
website does not create Social Security liability. A replicated website creates zero liability in any way, shape, or form unless somebody posts an order on it, and that order would be fulfilled by paparazzi corporate. So there's still
Correct.
no reason why there would be liability for them to remove that website. The thing is, they don't want to be reminded that they exist. They want to pretend those people didn't exist. They were so unimportant in the general scheme of things that they had to go away. But what was interesting to me is that one of the Z recipients contracted COVID and was in the ICU.
Correct.
One of the Z recipients. So I'm sorry if Tommy is so magical, she couldn't fix that other girl, Z?
No, but and the girl literally posted that she is feeling better and she would never change the experience for the world, and getting COVID was worth it.
Getting COVID was worth it. Okay. And again,
but this is the selfishness.
It is not worth my time to decide whether or not that person's opinion about whether it's valid to get COVID or not is important. This is a pandemic. If you have taken all necessary precautions, you should also be responsible enough, if you have COVID-19, not to spread it to others.
Correct.
You can't
That's
be
my
responsible point. If you don't know you've been exposed and cannot limit your access to other humans who may or may not think that it's the best thing that ever happened to them. About the idiot that said, oh, COVID was really the best diet. I lost 15 pounds. And all of it was between your ears, you moron.
Was that Monica Vaughn?
I don't know. I think that was
Monica Vaughn.
I just know somebody mentioned it. And
yeah, that was Monica Vaughn. Monica Vaughn.
We'll get to that
now because we're definitely squirreling. But I will tell you that the problem with me, with all these people who are like, I went to convention, I got COVID and it was worth it, because there's hundreds of them out there saying that, is that they literally think so much of themselves that they don't even think about the other people that they have spread COVID to and died from being around them spreading that virus. But they're so into themselves because this is what the founders teach you to do, right? They literally teach you to become so self-involved and narcissistic, you don't see anything else around you. And these people are so selfish to say that it was worth it, but they don't even think about the other people that they could have killed, maybe because they don't care. They don't care about the other people they spread it to. That experience was worth it to them.
Even if you went to convention as a vaccinated adult human and wore your mask 24/7 when you were in places where a mask was required, there is still a slim chance that you can contract COVID. The vaccine is supposed to protect you from dying from COVID. It doesn't keep you from contracting or spreading COVID.
Correct.
All of these cases could have been 100% prevented by having a virtual convention.
Correct.
So somebody contacted MGM. One of the news people contacted MGM. They asked them if they had a statement about the super spreader event, and they let everybody know that they do their best to prevent the spread of COVID-19, and that they give everyone who rents their facility an option to have COVID testing.
Correct.
There are protocols in place that that anybody who rents their vacant have, whether it be proving that vaccinations were given, proof of recent testing of negative COVID tests. There's like a COVID protocol that's in place. Paparazzi chose not to have that part of the protocol implemented. They did not require vaccines to attend. They did not require negative COVID tests to attend.
But
now,
they
people
did
are
say,
coming at us all the time and saying, all of these other events there's all these other events taking place. What are you talking about? All of these other events taking place are requiring vaccination proof and or a negative COVID test within 24 hours of attending. So their arguments are not valid. You come at me with that argument again. I am not. That is not an argument.
And so my educated guess, because this was all about money. The reason why paparazzi negated to take that extra step is what it was going to cost them money.
Because people wouldn't have shown up. Because let's be real, they weren't giving the money back. Okay.
Correct.
But if people could not come, what would that have been?
Correct.
Not as exciting and more. They wouldn't have had all the people there to praise them and scream in the audience. Now, I have a video that we'll talk about some other time of the woman who got up and talked about her God and how her God had a place for her and how paparazzi made it possible. They all, were screaming to go to church and they're praising God. And then Trent said, "I'm so glad I chose you for this. I knew you'd go there." Was exactly what I was hoping for. Because it's just,
I'm gonna vomit.
If you don't have an audience full of people, who's
going to
praise you for your 10-year celebration? If you don't have an audience full of people, who's going to wave their arms and tell you that you're just the best thing since sliced bread and they're just so grateful to you? Because I guess there isn't enough positive vibe coming through the virtual convention platform to give you that praise that your giant ego requires.
To fill their ego. Exactly. So the other thing, here's another thing that the consultants are saying to defend their beloved paparazzi company, whether they're elites and getting thousands of dollars a month in their pocketbook or people who are in debt and not making any money. They have said, and I'm going to call out the people who have said this, we cannot decide when anybody's going to pass away. It's God's timing when these people die. So by not having this event, these people, God knew he was going to take these people anyhow. Tommy Johnson, who prayed for her Z-piece, is now saying it was all God's timing. So now paparazzi helps God. Right? This is how I hear it. Paparazzi helps God bridge the gap so God can collect his people in heaven.
I think that is the most circular reasoning I have ever heard in my life. So people, okay, let's just be real. There's a pandemic and those people need to die. So paparazzi they've been called by God. They have to have this convention so that the people whose time is up can go click, click their ticket there, because they couldn't possibly die any other way. If it was their time, they must die there. But before they go, they got to take all the other people out with them. They couldn't have, if their God is so powerful that if she prays over a necklace, it's going to save her, why can't God take care of his to be killed list in their own house? What, they can't have a heart attack or
literally
hit by a car or struck by
heard,
lightning or
and let me tell you,
on a fucking crab cake? What?
She's the first one to say that it was God's timing. So she literally said, these people making a big deal about it, I guess we're not Christian enough to realize that it's just God's timing. And now everybody is using,
you know what? We've still got time,
excuse.
Jerry. It's why we're still here. It's why we haven't been murderated by
I know.
I know why it's not our time.
I know why I'm still walking this. I am the devil wears Prada.
We got this StreamYard video up because apparently we were called to do it. We're just all puppets on a string in a giant celestial play.
Girl, I am the devil wears Prada. I'm going to be the last
God,
one.
I feel like I'm being punked right now. I'm just waiting for Ashton Kutcher to jump out and go, "We're just kidding."
Nope, I'm not done. Oh, I'm not done. So there's that one. You don't even have to retort on that one because that's the most ridiculous, vile, disgusting statement I've heard. Here's the next one, Michelle Johnny. Here's the next one. We need to not mention any of the people who died out of respect for the families.
Oh, so the fact that they publicly posted on social media that so-and-so had passed away meant they wanted privacy. We have not mentioned the single name of any person who did make a public post about the person passing away and asking for prayers, condolences, or just letting people know. Oh, it's out of respect for the family that we don't mention their name. Okay.
So
even though their family publicly declared it, there were obituaries in newspapers. It's a secret. Okay.
Correct.
All right. Okay.
So they're saying that people who call out the names, we are being disrespectful to the families, and we are vile individuals for calling the names out of the ones who have deceased from the convention, and we are disgusting. This is a fact. Michelle Johnny kind of started that lead, and then everybody jumped on that bandwagon of, we don't want to be disrespectful. That's why we're not mentioning that. And it's not positive. We can't, that's not a positive subject. We got to be positive in paparazzi. That's not a positive subject. You can't talk about it. And we're respectful. Jazz hands. And
you know what would be respectful? If you acknowledge that someone lost their life due to negligence. That would be respectful. What if you said you're sorry they passed away? That'd be super respectful. It's not positive, but they were, oh my God, that is hilarious. It's not positive, but they were COVID
that was Michelle Johnny.
But that's not the same as paparazzi positive.
Nope.
COVID positive. Yeah.
Correct.
No,
okay, I'm trying to think of the next one. Because there was top 10. There was definitely a top 10 of this ridiculousness of why the paparazzi convention was okay, and why it was okay that these people passed, and why
with no acknowledgement. Why it's okay
talking about it.
Yeah,
right.
No acknowledgement.
Right. Zero. I'm like, as it runs through.
Free will. We talked about free will. I'm trying to think of all the bull that I've heard. Free will. It was their time. Everybody had a choice.
Oh no, I love this one. Okay, here's a good one. Well, I went and I wore a mask the entire time, but I got sick with COVID anyways. So it doesn't matter if you wear a mask. So therefore, it was no big deal if I went anyhow.
Then that's right. The mask viability denier, that elite that went home, gave it to herself and her toddler child, her son, or young.
Literally said on a video, I wore my mask the entire time.
So I was obviously just going to get it anyway because COVID. Everybody just gets COVID.
75% of her pictures were without a mask, but she's telling everybody.
Let's not forget the videos. Yeah.
Correct. That's a great one. That's amazing. Mrs. Elite, Miss New Elite, right? At this convention. And here's what I think is hilarious is, we already know that paparazzi put these elites up to making sure that nobody mentions any of these deaths, right?
Oh, that's right. This one, Stephanie Scarborough brought up. This is a very good point because people's livelihood depended on it. We had to have that convention. People's livelihoods whose livelihood depended on the paparazzi convention?
Number one,
private security.
We knew whose livelihood depended on the paparazzi convention, and that would be the founders. And then
the elite who needed the people to buy all the jewelry so they could get their commission.
Correct. The very statement for any paparazzi consultant to say it had to, I got one too after this. It had to take place because of the livelihood. And then we're also talking about why we're discussing it took place, that people died. That very livelihood word in that sentence is the most vile, disgusting thing that can spew from your mouth. That is disgusting.
Truth.
So here's the other thing. Here's the other one. Okay, it was right there. Oh man, and I lost it. See, I get so worked up.
I understand, but it's worth being worked up over because this is the cover up. This is the lack of accountability. This is the downplaying of something so serious so that we pretend that nothing bad ever happens in Papa Puke land, which is why this company is so very, very dangerous. It's not the jewelry that's dangerous. It's the people spewing.
We're getting there. It is
culture. But you know what? We're going to work on that too, aren't we? Yeah. But the income generated by this company flows in one direction, and it's not to the consultants who are just trying to buy a little bit of jewelry to make a side hustle. That's not who's getting all the money. The money is concentrated very specifically at the top 0.001%.
I was there.
Who have recruited many other people to come, and their livelihood is based on how much people below them purchase, not their own, but people below them purchase. Paparazzi has a huge number of ultra large payments going out to a very small group of people. And it's funny to me that if you look at their income disclosure, the top 3 tiers are collapsed into one because they want to average out the top 3 tiers so that people don't get so deeply offended by the fact that the person who's number 1 in the company. So the top 3 tiers, the average of the top 3 tiers is $220,000 a month in their pay. But the top tier makes way more than that. But
Correct.
they don't put that top tier there. They don't name it because they don't want to offend anyone, right? They don't want to discourage anyone because $200 and some thousand a month for literally having a group of people below you spend their money isn't sufficient. The person at the top who made 7-figure bling, the first year that I knew, they have this, the 6-figure bling boss means you make over 6 figures in commission a year. 7-figure bling boss makes over 7 figures, over $1 million in commission alone in a year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The top person who was above me, Mandy Heinz, hit that in May of the year 2019, I believe. It was the year before I got canceled. I got canceled in 2020. That means she made $1 million in commission in the first 5 months of the year. I believe it has gotten even faster since then. So people are making 7-figure bling boss in the first 2 months of the year, meaning they're making $500,000 a month in commission.
Correct.
Off of other people's purchases, not their own efforts, other people's purchases. So of course they want people to show up, be invested, keep spending money.
And trust me, like I haven't seen all the comments, but I know that the comments on this is Jerry's a hypocrite. She was one of them. My story will come out. I've said my story many times. Anybody who has not heard my story yet,
you've been very clear about how
very
you
clear
made money in paparazzi accessories.
Very clear. And I'll do it again, and I'll pull up all my emails with compliance because Tracy's was so good.
There's nothing hypocritical about that. There's nothing hypocritical about that. Is the way their system operates. But we just want people to understand this is how the system operates. And if people become,
and I'm a fact, I'll tell you how it operates. I know.
The people who are lower down are the ones who are creating that commission structure going up. But the people who are lower down who do not have a commission don't have any incentive to stay there if they're not making money, unless they're made to feel like they're part of a family, a group of people who their religion would approve of, their society would approve of, they're culturally manipulated
completely
because they don't have it, because they don't get enough money to stay, so they have to be culturally manipulated. And that's where this convention played a large role.
I totally
had to be emotionally manipulated to stay.
I had another one which was so good and it left my brain, and I might be able to remember it again. But I think that we should definitely, like, I wanted this one to be only an hour, and now we're an hour.
We messed up there because we like to, I don't know if you've met me, but I do enjoy the spoken word.
I do too. And I have to pee really bad. So we have two choices. We either stop this, and I do have a 6 o'clock game day.
Yes,
we
do have to stop it because we do have other things we have to do, and we don't want to keep people on all night days. We're going to do this every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday tea time. So the haters can jump on and try to troll us. Please do. You help our algorithms. And we have plenty of people down here who will show you receipts and dispute anything that you have to say with proven receipts of your stupidity, brainwashing acts of trying to troll. And we welcome you because you help our algorithms. Thanks, boo.
Right.
So we'll be here Tuesdays. We're committed. We're going to do Tuesday tea time. Anybody who wants to come on, because we can have people. So we'll do a threesome. Oh, no, we'll have 3 people on here. So we'll interview and have them. And I can't wait for Andrew to come on here. Andrew, you are my boo. I swear I can't wait. But if you want to come on and talk about your experience with paparazzi, we would totally love it.
Extra day of the week because you can't do Tuesday.
You know what? You know what? Hell, if you're a paparazzi consultant still in paparazzi and you want to come do Tuesday tea time and you can tell us why we are jaded and liars and why paparazzi is so great, we welcome that too. And I promise on everything that Tommy is holy on that I will not call you a fucking idiot. I promise. We will let you speak, and then we will then collectively, without calling you names, we will tell you our opinion about your thought process on how amazing
Oh
paparazzi.
my God, are we going to have a mature intercourse with discourse? Not
But what?
intercourse.
Please wait, rewind that. We're definitely not having intercourse with any
No,
paparazzi consultant. Discourse. Yes. We will definitely have a mature conversation.
I meant to say interaction instead.
I know it
instead.
kind of it fused together, and that just made me want to throw up.
Because whenever I hear people talking about paparazzi, I just expect to get effed. So I guess
exactly. This is true.
Yeah.
This is true. I did say threesome, and then we talked.
Yeah,
right.
so I guess I just see that's me. I'm still trying to deprogram myself from my time in the pink cult. So
we will actually talk about that too. We're going to talk about cultish behavior, programming, how long it takes to deprogram yourself, because I still have triggers. We have so much to talk about.
Paparazzi traumatic stress disorder, like it's a thing, and I'm not.
And we're not joking about it. It's true. And if you are out there and you are a current paparazzi consultant who doesn't mind being canceled probably for coming on here, or two, and we'll talk about cancellations and paparazzi too. We got all these subjects, but if you want to come on here and talk about your stresses that you have leaving paparazzi, which I'll tell you my personal thing about that too someday soon on Tuesday Tea Time. You guys can throw out subjects to us. You can say, hey, I want to tell my story. This is going to be a platform for paparazzi consultants who have been damaged by this company, who want their voices heard and feel like no one will listen to them. This is your platform. This is a time for you to get on here, because I'm telling you, it feels so good to get it off your chest, because all of that
is
just in there.
Freeing to tell somebody else. Like,
it literally, it ate me alive. And the more I hear people say, I was sick, I was in the hospital, I had medical ailments, all this is true, and we're not being dramatic. I lost hair, I had diverticulitis,
I had ulcerative about hair colitis. Like, did you lose hair too? Because the stress of it, I swear to God, I thought I was bald.
And that's not why I'm wearing a hat. I'm not bald, but I'm just wearing a hat because I didn't want to do my hair. However, come on here and we will talk to you too. So this is also your platform, a place where you can talk and you can be heard, and you don't have to worry about bullies coming at you, because we will, on every show, have more than enough people on here to take care of the trolls.
That's true. We are not completely one-sided on our arguments for whether or not you should work for the company. What we are adamant about is that how they're treating the deaths of these consultants,
correct,
is wrong. So if you still work there and can stomach it, I understand. If you joined after it and didn't know anything about it, I understand. You spent money and now you've started a business and you're not intending to kill anybody or spread COVID. There are people who work there who didn't go to convention. They're up to almost $500,000 in consultant IDs. They only had 22,000 attendees. The huge majority of paparazzi consultants.
No, they were up to 400,000, but you have to admit half of those are non-active consultants anymore.
Oh, no, so. I know that, but I'm saying there are many people who have in the past or currently do work for paparazzi that has nothing to do with their convention. Correct. We don't think all paparazzi accessories consultants are terrible people. We think most of them are very nice people. We were consultants ourselves, and we were nice people.
I don't agree with that. Hold on. I don't mean to cut you off. Number one, I don't think most of you are nice. I think that most of you are brainwashed and you have the potential of being nice again. Number one. Because you're not. Most of you are kind of vile because you're sticking up for a company.
Fucking nice, Jerry.
You're amazing, but you're my fight. Here's the other thing and I'm gonna and I'm cool, but this is why it's gonna be, and Tracy's always my bring it down, feisty, it's okay person. This is why we're a good yin and yang. But let me tell you something. If I'm giving you proof on what this company is doing to their consultants and to the deceased consultants, and what your uplines are telling you are fake and false, and we can prove lies, and you still choose to defend the company, I don't think you're a nice person. I think that you are missing a human chromosome.
I was trying to make a different point than that. I wasn't trying to say that they had all the facts and they were ignoring it. I'm saying there's a huge number of people who don't participate in any of that at all.
Okay. You're true.
I'm just saying there's a
True.
huge number of people
True.
who just buy some jewelry, don't really have an upline that pushes it down their throat.
True.
And they don't understand why we're so mad.
True.
But again, it circles back to the point Jerry's making. When you know better, you do better. And I say that all the time. There are people who,
when you know
have
better,
no
you do
idea
better.
that any of this happened.
Correct.
But now that you do know what happened, I'm going to have a real hard time considering you to be a decent human being if you make excuses for why you remain there.
Correct.
And support them.
And
I'm not saying that you don't
correct.
have a reason and I won't listen to it. I'm saying it's going to have to be a really good reason, and it's going to have to be something that
beyond money. Don't tell me.
Not just money, but I'm saying you just cannot see your way out, because what I will tell you is there are people who could not see their way out who have found a way out now and are willing to share how they found their way out with you. So if you really do not see how you can leave, there are ways to leave. And I know you think this sounds traumatic. We were both kicked out. We didn't ask, and we had to make a plan real quick for how the hell we were going to figure it all out. And guess
you kind of asked for it. You kind of asked for it. You said, you know what? I will not comply to your ridiculous request. And furthermore, you can shove it straight up your ass, paparazzi, and you are my hero.
I pretty much delivered a truckload of eggplant and said, have a snack. But
you're amazing.
It wasn't that I planned on doing that. That was sort of a last minute decision to eat a bag of dicks email. But that being said,
they push you in a corner.
Just because you don't think you can leave does not mean you're right. And we can figure out a way for you to plan your exit if you really want to go. But if you're going to make excuses, and those excuses include, but I spent so much money and I don't know what to do, we got a group for that. It's called Recovering Paparazzi Consultants. And everybody in there is sharing exactly how they're getting the hell past it and making their way just fine into the new world that's Kool-Aid free, or at least pink Kool-Aid free. And I'm not saying I don't like strawberry lemonade. I'm saying that the paparazzi, we've been excommunicated. It's beyond Thunderdome now. We're post-apocalyptic. We're post-paparazzi.
And we will be talking about that, how you're shunned and how you think your friends are your friends, but they're not your friends anymore.
We're going to talk about all of it eventually.
We're going to talk about all that. We got so much to talk about. If my don't go though, my bladder's going to explode.
We're going to go.
We're going to go.
Tea time with Tracy and Feisty inaugural events every Tuesday, babies.
Stay feisty, my friends.
Stay feisty, my friends.
Stay feisty.
Peace out.